Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Madhavdas Gopalakrishnan. Now, rattled by the unprecedented agitation by doctors, which has snowballed into massive protest pan-India, Mamata Banerjee has now done the impossible. In a paranoid speech, she's pitched Bengal versus Bharat, saying that if you have to stay in Bengal, you should know Bengali. She's taken a dig at outsiders, something that she's been maintaining for the past few days, while she claims they are responsible for the doctor strike. Listen in to that incorrigible remark.
আমি উত্তর প্রদেশে গেলে হিন্দি ভাষায় কথা বলি, রাজ্যটা ইউপি। পাঞ্জাবে গেলে পাঞ্জাবি আমি ভালো জানি না, কিন্তু 4-5টা লাইনও বলি, রাজ্যটা পাঞ্জাব। একমাত্র তামিলনাড়ুটা জানি না ভাষা, কিন্তু ভানাক্কম বলতে পারি, আর কিছু কিছু কথা বলতে পারি, সেটুকু দিয়েই সম্বোধন করি। বাংলায় থাকলে বাংলায় কথাটাও বলতে হবে।
For more on this, let's go across to our guests who are joining us live. Pratyush Kant, spokesperson of the BJP, is with us from Delhi. We also have Suranjan Das Gupta, political analyst, joining us from Kolkata. Chetan Singh, political analyst, is with us from Noida as well. Let me start with you, Suranjan Das. What exactly does Mamata Banerjee mean when she's coming out and saying that if you are in Bengal, you have to know Bengali? This kind of outsiders, jibe that she's been taking every time there is a controversy in West Bengal has perhaps this time gone a bit too far.
Yes, the fact remains that what she has said, that people staying in Bengal must know Bengali, they should speak Bengali. This is what she has said. And the fact is, in Bengal, everyone knows in West Bengal, it's a cosmopolitan state where Bengalis, non-Bengalis live together in peace and harmony and amongst the brotherhood of men. Everyone is a brother there, brother and sister here. There's no doubt about it. But the fact is that here, I can tell you, I can assure you, here, the most of the non-Bengalis who are present here in Bengal or staying in Bengal for the service or business or for the family, whatever it is, they speak better Bengali than many Bengalis in Kolkata or in the state of West Bengal. Because they've been staying there for generations.
That's not the point. She has failed in terms of administering the state. Look at the pathetic state of the healthcare in Bengal. Doctors are resigning and she is busy blaming outsiders. What kind of a chief minister is this? She's running the administration of the state. She's the home minister and the health minister, and this is her response to this doctor strike that has spread across the nation?
No. What I was looking up the interview the last day what she was giving. The other day she was telling one of the reporters that she sent one of her state health minister to talk to the junior doctors, and the state minister requested the junior doctors to speak to Mamata Banerjee, the chief minister, which they refused. That sort of upset her, and she said, what audacity they have, they don't want to talk to even to the chief minister. Maybe that was a spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions, as I said.
Pratyush Kant, respond to that.
The whole thing, and she also started.
Okay, Suranjan Das Gupta is saying the junior doctors are to blame. They refuse to meet Mamata Banerjee, and therefore the demand now that Mamata Banerjee should come and meet them is wrong. They are the ones who have actually upped the ante as far as this entire controversy is concerned. Respond to that.
Well, while India is rearing to become a 5 trillion economy, look what Mamata Banerjee is doing to us. She first blamed that, made it a Hindu-Muslim thing. Then she said that she will get all the doctors sacked. Then she told people that the all BJP manufactured thing and it's all being done by Bharatiya Janata Party. Please tell me, the health segment is failing there. Mamata Banerjee has lost the plot. She's angry. She's losing power. She doesn't want to lose power. She's going berserk. It's not the first time it is happening here. First, the Supreme Court comes and tells that, Mamata ji, get your act together. 34% of your Gram Panchayat elections have not taken place. Then Calcutta High Court comes on 20th September, gives the judgment, detailed judgment, tells them, don't divide this state between Hindu and Muslims. What we in Bharatiya Janata Party have been trying to tell people for a long time, that the constitutional mechanism of the state has failed. Now everybody knows. Today, but the doctor is beaten. The whole country has united against Mamata Banerjee. Said enough is enough. And this is what is rattling her. So she is committing from one mistake to another mistake to another mistake. And people are saying, Mamata Di, you are not the owner of West Bengal. You are just the chief minister of the state.
Yes.
You doctors are the most educated, brilliant boys of our education community. And you can't treat them like some riffraffs, which she's trying to treat them like.
Absolutely. Respond to that.
She has made the police,
respond to
everything.
That. Chetan Singh, I want Chetan Singh to respond to that. Chetan, very clearly, what is happening in West Bengal is there for all to see. And Mamata Banerjee, as the chief minister, she is the one who has to, assuage the feelings of those doctors who are hurt about the fact that the hospitals that they work in are unsafe for them. Rather than doing that, she is, taking on an adversarial role. Doctors are resigning en masse. Hundreds of doctors have put in their resignation. And now even the High Court is asking questions, but no answers coming in from West Bengal.
See, again, Mother, if we'll talk about this unrest with the doctors, look at the fundamental level. At the fundamental, we have seen that the political churning is taking place in Bengal. There's a political conflict which is taking place in Bengal.
Are you saying doctors are politicians? Are
No,
you saying
no,
these
no,
doctors
I'm not
are acting?
saying that,
Then what
but
are you saying, sir? Why can't she assuage the feelings of doctors? As you and me and every citizen has a right to work in peace and to ensure that law and order. No, but one second. Answer my question, Chetan. Violent behavior, if it is not acceptable to everybody, why has the West Bengal government not struck immediately? Why did it take so much of pressure for them to make 5 arrests? And there are more than 200 people who are present there. What is the action they have taken on those individuals? Please answer that.
Correct. So if you remember, just now only the MP in Karnataka, his name is Anant Kumar Heje. He has attacked a doctor. So therefore, since
two wrongs don't make a right. Even that has been reported, Chetan Singh. Do not compare. Please don't compare Anant Kumar Heje with what is happening in Bengal. Talk about Bengal first. Please. Yes, son. Why has Mamata Banerjee failed? Why has she failed? Why has she not acted?
Try to understand, whatever she is doing right now, and I'm sure, yesterday also she has given the ultimatum to the doctor because she wants the ordinary people of the state should not suffer. If the doctors will be on strike, then absolutely all the people of the state are certainly going to get suffer.
No, but she has no responsibility. She has no responsibility for the safety of the doctors. She does not have any responsibility. She is the health minister and the home minister of the state, sir.
Last year, that how doctors were wearing helmets. They were wearing helmets while on their duty. So this is not a new incident which is taking place across India. We have seen these kind of incidents happening.
No,
so
it is a new incident. I'll tell you why it's a new incident. I'll tell you why it's a new incident, Chetan. I'm sorry, you can't, please don't mislead the viewers. It's a very new incident and a new precedent that has been set as far as the chief minister taking on doctors, A, calling them outsiders, B, saying that this kind of action that is being taken will ensure, and also asking that only the state language will be spoken. Now, if this kind of parochial sentiment is roused repeatedly, this is going to set a very dangerous precedent across the country.
Madhav, when it comes down to the outside and all that, look, every person living in the state must know their mother tongue. There's no harm in it. And mother tongue, if you talk about, I remember in 1995, I went to China for the first time.
Is that what she said?
I went to the Gonzon city.
No, is that what she said?
Everybody in India were learning English, and out there they were making softwares in Chinese language.
Respond to that, Pratyush.
And look where they have reached. So therefore, language, and she said people living in the state, permanently living, anybody visiting the state.
Chetan, it's a very dangerous argument. It's a very dangerous line of argument that you're taking over there, but I want Pratyush to respond to you. Pratyush, would you like to respond to Chetan?
This is the most absurd thing I have heard. Let's not take this country behind by decades. We have to look at the global world today. What Mamata Banerjee is doing is she's trying to cling to power. To cling to that power, she can go to any level. Doctors, a 80-year-old man dies in a hospital, Madhav, and then you say, who will treat Muslims?
Time is over.
And you get a skull broken of a doctor.
At the top level, this is happening. But right now, it's a matter of concern that doctors are suffering. Ordinary people of the states are suffering. When doctors are on strike, we know that each and every
and who has to ensure that doctors go back?
Don't interrupt here. No, listen. You first you try to give her the thing that it's something which happens all over the country. It doesn't happen all over the country, please. And secondly,
sir, I have given you the name of the MP of didi.
One second, Chetan. One second. We have to speak one at a time. Yes. Yes, Pratyush Khan, go ahead.
Yes. So can I speak, Madhav, please? Can I complete what I was speaking?
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Can I speak? So I was trying to tell you that here the doctors are doing their job. And when the chief minister of the state, the number one person of the state, comes and rebukes them in this manner, do you think what will the SP do? What will an SHO do? What will an MLA do? Doctors are helpless today. That is why you will see AIMS doctor, Maulana Azad, all over the place, all over India, doctors are uniting for them. They have never seen a head of a state come and threaten you like this. It generally happens at local levels. It never happens at a state-sponsored level. Mamata Banerjee has created demons which she is not able to control today. It has gone out of her hands. The ghouls have taken over. For 30% of vote, you will try to make everything into Hindu-Muslim fight. Please, we are living in 2019. You don't. This is the politics which Laluji did in Bihar 3 decades ago. And look what happened to Bihar under his regime.
So let's look forward. Religion.
Let's not look
what is important to address
and
look at the fundamental of this situation is that doctors are suffering. Doctors have been attacked. It's important to take the action. If the state is not going to take an action, absolutely. The governor has recently, Governor Tripathi has submitted his report. I am sure the center will certainly got to intervene. And we have got able-bodied agencies to intervene and to act upon it. But what is important to understand that across India, it is not only in Bengal. As I've said, in UP, Agra, I've given you the example. Now you see, the MP of BJP, Mr. H.A., he has also, attacked one of the doctors. So here,
Chetan,
what is most important, the fundamental levels have changed to come.
Sir, you are again missing the point.
Chetan, you are completely...
Sorry, Madam Mamata Banerjee is not taking Dr. Harshvardhan phone call. The Union Health Minister has been calling her 12 times. She is not taking his phone call. Who can help her? She lives in her own world. Somebody has to tell her. She is not the Malkin of West Bengal. She's just a chief minister.
It's the time. Whenever the contingency takes place.
No, but I don't understand, Chetan. Chetan, the center has to show magnanimity. One second. Chetan, listen to my question. Listen to my question, Chetan. Center has to show magnanimity. What about Mamata Banerjee? As CM, she does not have to do that. As CM, she does not have to ensure that the demands of the doctors are fulfilled, that doctors are secure, that they work without the fear or threat of violence against them. That's not her job. But it's the center's job.
Madhav, we have seen that whatever strategy Mamata Banerjee has been using it so far has not worked for her in the Lok Sabha election. Now she will. What I see, what I can assume that certainly she is going to take some kind of course correction and she will move ahead. But when it comes down to the
course correction, sir, what are you talking? When she has been so obstinate, and I want to bring in Suranjan Dasgupta, who's also waiting. Suranjan Dasgupta, why is Mamata Banerjee so obstinate? Why doesn't she agree to the doctors' demand and end the entire strike? Surely, if doctors across the country are protesting against her, yes, they all can't be wrong. There is something very, very wrong with what's happening in West Bengal, sir. This is not something that is seen in any other state.
Yes, exactly what has happened is, as I told you, the other day when she visited the SSKM hospital and she sort of scolded, rebuked, or rather threatened the doctors, as you said, and the junior doctors, that if you don't do this, I'll stop your pay, I'll throw you out of the hostel, you leave the hostel, you get out, all that she has said. Maybe she thought, the junior doctors, she thought maybe at that moment that the junior doctors are like children. As I am the chief minister, I just give them some little humki so that they start working.
Come on, sir.
But that didn't happen.
Come on,
because
sir.
the situation I think she couldn't fathom it.
It's 2019.
Was going out of bounds.
It is 2019. It is 2019. These junior doctors are all adults, and she better treat them as adults. If she's the chief minister, she better not treat them as kids. I mean, if that is going to be the line of argument, if that is the line of argument, I'm sorry, but Mamata Banerjee is reducing herself to a laughing stock.
She couldn't fathom it. She couldn't fathom it, and the ruckus broke. She couldn't fathom it, so the ruckus broke. And the point is that, and as I told you, what upset her was that when the health minister of the state, some of the junior doctors, she requested the junior doctors to talk to Mamata Banerjee. They refused to talk. Well, no, we are not going to talk.
Sir, all that is no. What is wrong with her now? Why can't she now resolve the situation? Why is she being so obstinate, allowing doctors after doctors, hundreds of doctors to resign? The High Court is asking her questions. There are no answers. What is Mamata Banerjee going to do now?
No, now she has to restore normalcy in all government and private hospitals. And I think, and as I was informed very recently, right now, maybe a couple of hours back, that she's having a meeting with the medical faculties and all, and with the government administration, so that things fall into place. She, as the Chief Minister, has the responsibility to restore normalcy, and I think that's better sense prevail, and it will be resumed.
Okay, Pratyush wants to respond to you on that. Pratyush,
and let all sit together.
Okay,
Madhav, I just want to ask you a question. If this is not a failure of constitutional mechanism, what is it? High Court is helpless. Supreme Court gives strong observations on West Bengal. CBI cannot come and enter. Election Commission has to invoke Article 34. Please, Election Commission can't work there. Supreme Court can't do a thing. High Court is disturbed. The law and order. Please tell me, is there a case better fit than West Bengal? It's not only health department failure, it is constitutional failure in the state. High time people of West Bengal are given respite from this Mamata Didi. She cannot run the state like this. She has been killing our BJP workers day in and day out. Because we belong to party.
You're a lawyer. You know very well. You know very well that the constitutional machinery requires both sides to cooperate for it to work. And unfortunately, in the case of West Bengal, it does appear that there is some serious lacunae or serious failures on part of the state government, which Pratyush is pointing to.
See, I mean, absolutely, our Indian constitution is very strong, and absolutely there are provisions in articles. When such things, happens, then what can be done? Presidential rule is there, and I think if the government has decided, then it's a matter of concern. If they have not decided, it's a time to show the magnanimity. It's a time to reach out. As I mean, we have been getting news
there should be that president's rule now. Are you demanding president's rule in Bengal?
No. I'm saying it is a matter of intent.
Saying?
If the center has intended, if they have decided, then it is something, I think it is going to come now. But if they want to shake hand, if they want to partner with the state, because again what is important, see, Bengal is an important part
takes
of our
two
country.
hands, it takes two sides for a handshake to happen. Unfortunately, Mamata Banerjee is not even attending the Niti Aayog meeting that is going to take place in New Delhi on Saturday, that is tomorrow. Where is the question of any kind of cooperation?
Madhavji, this is a family setup. Our Indian constitution says that all the state and the center, it's like a family setup. When it comes down to the family setup, it is important for the elders to behave and to take the youngers along.
Okay.
So
Pratyush Kant, the responsibility is of
the center to ensure that they are going to take them along.
Okay, let me ask Pratyush that question. Pratyush, the responsibility is of the elder brother, in this case the the central government, to make things work as far as the constitutional breakdown aspect is concerned. Would you like to respond to Chetan on that?
Well, I will give the most juvenile example which Chetan gave. If the bacha in the family is very naughty, what do? We are not talking about family here. We are talking about people, we are talking about lives, we are talking about security here, Madhav. The question that arises, when you try to get the BJP president killed, now the Home Minister of India, there is something very wrong. Mamata Banerjee is trying to divide that state in Hindu Muslims. No development. You don't cooperate with the center at all. You don't pick up the phone of the Health Minister of India. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sir,
you are making all those people in West Bengal suffer because you have an issue. Issue about what? Issue for what?
Sir,
the question is, the only, if you have in your mind, you have made up that people of West Bengal have voted for BJP, so I will punish the people of West Bengal. Now that is no politics, please.
We do not get anything we do not get a concrete solution. For a concrete solution, dialogue plays a very vital role. And
okay, Suranjan Das Gupta wants to come in. Okay, Suranjan Das Gupta wants to come in. Yes, Suranjan.
Yes. What I wanted to say, linguistic harmony and communal harmony is the essence of Bengal. Bengal never faced all this before. The point here, what I want to say, that regarding that Mamata said that you must speak Bengali, I'm into this, that there's no harm in learning a language. keep aside the other languages. We can always learn languages.
No,
That's
one
not an
can.
issue here.
What is the issue is that Suranjan Das Gupta, I'm sorry, I take objection to that line of argument. One second. I want to ask Suranjan Das Gupta a very simple question. We have regional languages. They all have to be respected in whichever state they are in. But let me also remind you, sir, that what kind of sentiment that Suranjan Das Gupta, Mamata Banerjee today with her statement has appealed to is an extremely parochial and a chauvinistic sentiment that she is talking about. And if that kind of sentiment is allowed in all states, I'm sorry, that will lead to the complete disintegration of India.
Yes, it is a context-bound, as you rightly said, it is a context-bound utterance. You know, many things are to be told at the right moment, at the appropriate moment, and well, this was not the time, it was not the appropriate moment to speak of all this now, when we have a burning question of the doctors are on strike, the doctors are beaten up, and it's a situation has become such a national problem now. So there was no point in going into all this. I'm talking of this. There was no harm in learning a language, but this shouldn't have been said at this juncture where the situation is grave and the situation is tense to pacify the.
Well, I'm glad Suranjan Das Gupta that at least
so that everything falls in place.
All right, I'm glad Suranjan Das Gupta that at least you have conceded that this was not the opportune time for Mamata Banerjee to have actually made these kinds of absolutely callous statements. As Chief Minister, certainly she should have known better than to make such off-the-cuff remarks. But I'd like to thank you, Suranjan Das Gupta, as well as Pratyush Kant and Chetan Singh for joining us on this debate on Newsnight this evening.